All right, well, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin, your empowerment coach, again, helping you to always, as always, live better, love better, and be better. I am joined again with my wife, Tarsha, and we are here discussing another one of our favorite shows, Put a Ring on It.
Yes.
Which, this was the last episode.
Yeah, they were like, we're going to make this one quick. First season.
Done, right?
We're done.
So, listen, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. In fact, we're probably going to be reviewing other shows, so let us know.
Yeah.
If you're going to be watching The Bachelor, because we got the Black Bachelor this time.
Yes, we have a Black Bachelor.
If you're going to be watching, hit
please
the subscribe button.
Yeah.
Let us know. Hit the subscribe button because we'll be doing some commentary on that as well. But let's get into this episode, right?
Yeah.
So, this was it. Decisions were to be made.
Yes, assignments were given out.
Yes. So Ashley makes a statement early on with Dr. Nicole that I thought, I took notes on it, was kind of significant because she said if she walks away, it would be Hollywood's fault and not because of Kwame. You didn't find any significance in that?
I mean, well, yeah, it's like, not duh.
Well, I think what for me it's like, okay, this is not because she's feeling Kwame. Any decision that she makes is because she's feeling Kwame. It really still has to do with how she feels about Hollywood.
Right, because the decision is like, am I tired enough of where I'm currently am that I'm going to pursue this good thing over here?
Right.
You know, my other side. But again, you're only in that moment. Right. So once you're in a relationship with somebody, news flash, there are going to be some times where you're going to bump heads and different things. It's like, what is your deal breakers?
Right.
And what are you willing to live with? Anyone who goes to marital counseling, at some point they should be talking about what are you going to be able to live with, because you're going to live with people that, and you're not going to like it all the time. So for her, it had to be about Hollywood and making that decision about him and what he's planning to work on so that they can have a good relationship.
Yeah. So the assignments, if you will, for this week, because we're like we said at the end, for the guys, it was to go ring shopping.
Correct.
So the guys went ring shopping. I was actually, kind of, who was it? Vince knew exactly what Tamika would want as far as the pearl. So he's done some work as far as figuring out.
Oh yeah, because I think the whole time he wanted to marry her, it was her that had the reservation, which makes sense, right? Yeah. For me, it would be, but.
And then Michael was still on the fence.
Right. There. Michael was on the fence. He really didn't want to go, whatever. Yeah. But he went and, he's like, I know what she wants. Because, again, they've been together for a while. So he kind of understands.
2 years.
He kind of understands what he wants.
All right. And Hollywood, of course, said he was ready. Hollywood
was ready. My thing was like, don't you already got a ring? What happened to the other ring?
Yeah, because Ashley already got a dress.
So I was like, did y'all pawn it? Where's the previous ring?
Why you going ring shopping?
Did you get cash for it? And now, I don't know.
Did you have to give it back to the other show that you were on? All right.
That's
anyway.
Okay.
Anyway. All right. But Ashley meets with Dr. Nicole.
Correct.
And she makes a statement that she wants to make sure that she's not leaving things unfinished with Kwame. So she actually goes on another date with Kwame.
Yeah, if you could call it a date.
They had another meeting. Let's put it that way.
They met, right? So in that meeting, she coming in looking all good. I had to come in looking bad because I didn't want the brother to feel bad that, what she was going to say. But she coming in, like giving him good memories. So she comes in.
Right. She didn't come in like, this ain't for you, so I'm just going to come in, put on some sweatpants and a hoodie.
Right.
And be like, we done.
Right. Like, why are we meeting in the club? And you looking like you're going to be the snack.
Right.
So, hey, however you want to handle your breakups. But, so they have the conversation, and Kwame, he asks a really good question. A very good question. Yeah. He asked the question, he said, let me find it. He said, should I give you space or can I continue to pursue? Mm-hmm. That's a grown man question, especially in that moment. Right. Should I give you space or can I continue to pursue? Right. And Ashley makes the statement. Right. Don't
pursue.
Don't pursue. Just, it's okay.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
You know? And I think for women, that's what you should be looking for. You know, even if you're not living with anyone, blah, 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 but you're a single woman and you're trying to find a young man, sometimes it's about you listening more.
Right.
When you're on a date, listen. Is he asking you questions where that shows maturity, that he's thinking about life, that he's thinking about the future, and that he has goals?
Right.
If those questions are not coming up as you begin to date this person, then you should second guess if you should continue to date someone who is not asking good questions about pursuing life, you know, different things. If none of the questions come about, well, what do you think about the future? Where are you planning to be?
If everything's a party, then we can't live off of a party. Parties are great for moments, but they are not great to live off of.
Thank you.
So,
all right. That's our tip for today.
That's the tip.
Just you should know.
Just so you got that piece. All right. So we'll kind of get into kind of the final pieces of this, right?
Right.
So Vince does meet with Tamika's dad.
Correct.
They go fishing in somebody's backyard, it looks like.
Yeah, I was like, isn't there houses? How y'all just walk back up in here in the lake?
It's probably a lake off of the houses. Yeah. But it looked kind of awkward, right?
What be walking?
Like they just walked into a random place.
Right.
All right.
But they have a conversation, and the father's like, yeah, I know you love my daughter, and my daughter does love you, you know. And so he asks him for the blessing, and he gives it to him. Yep. I would have gave him a hard time, but that's just me again.
But there was a piece where it looks like the dad was at least giving him the side eye on something.
Right.
Right. The dad was like, okay.
Right. And this is how my daughter is. Right. You know. And obviously, there probably was more to the conversation that, you know, that they didn't show on TV.
Of course.
But, you know, and it's very old fashioned. People don't normally, depending on where you are, don't ask, you know, for a blessing or anything anymore. But it was good that Vince did take the time.
Right.
You know, he decides to do that, you know.
He gets the blessing.
And gets the blessing, you know.
And so then we do see, so there is a moment where Tamika and Vince are having a picnic in the park.
Well, did we talk about everybody? Oh, Mike, before we go in that, because you're going to go in, Mike goes to see Dr. Nicole.
Yes.
And I think this is another thing where Dr. Nicole brings out from Mike about, are you going to be more focused on your fears?
Right.
And what could happen than focusing on what you want.
Right.
Because she's like, if you keep thinking about all these fears, that's what's going to happen.
Right.
Instead of you thinking on the positive.
They become self-fulfilling prophecies.
Right, right. So focus on that.
Right.
So I feel like he was really taking that information in.
Yes. All right. So then Vince and Tamika go on a date, a picnic in the park, right?
Yeah. Oh, but you didn't talk about the dresses. The women had to go and try on dresses.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So
you can't forget that.
The
okay.
Dress shopping.
Yes, they went for wedding dress shopping. Okay. So, you know, Shea goes first, you know, she's loving her dress, and then
Tamika get
her dress and feeling like, okay. And then even Ashley, she tries on the dress and she's like, I got a dress at home. So I thought this was going to feel awkward trying on a dress. But I think in all sense, it brings back to the reality of like, this is what I really want or not want.
Yes.
Because to me, once you find, it's called the dress.
Right.
It's not a dress.
Right.
It's the dress.
Right.
When you put it on, you see yourself walking down the aisle in that dress. It's that aha moment that women feel. Right. And so for them, it has to be like, okay, I'm going to make a decision that when this person asks me, no matter what hell and high water you took me through, I'm still going to say yes.
Right.
So.
Yeah. All right. So now can I talk about Vince and Tamika and their picnic, their fake picnic?
Yes.
All right. So Vince and Tamika do go on a picnic in the park under a big tree.
Yes, and it's this spread layout.
And they have a good conversation, what have you, about some of their growth and some of their things in this. And then Vince does can we pray for a moment? So they pray.
Well, we got to go back because Ashley was kind of like, yeah, we've grown. Yeah.
You mean Tamika?
Tamika, we've grown.
Listen, we filmed this all in one take, so y'all.
Yes, so, and I have to get out of my mind about, are we going to stay in this cycle?
Right.
Are we going to keep doing this cycle? And he was like, you know what? Yeah, I get that. He's like, me too. I want you to trust me with your heart. I want to protect your heart.
Right.
So they kind of summed up what their process was and what they're hoping to move forward in.
Right. So they have a moment of prayer, and then
have a moment of prayer.
Vince
It's beautiful.
drops to his knee.
He drops to the knee
and asks her to marry.
And she says
yes.
She says yes. Okay.
And she cries.
They both cry, have a tear moment.
Yep.
He
awesome
pulls the ring.
Yep.
Then the family shows up, which is beautiful.
Right.
And then everybody be like, all right, let's go, guys. I was like,
they leave the picnic, so that's why I call it a fake picnic.
Right, because I was like, don't they got fruit and cheese? Why am I going to
walk
spend
away.
it?
So
I thought that was funny. I would rather have the family sat down or something for a minute and then and then leave. But anywho, so they left to go get something to eat.
Yeah.
Because he even says that. He's like, all right, let's leave and go get something to eat. I'm like,
Golden Corral or something.
But anyhow, that's kind of how we end with Tamika
and Vince. So they are moving forward with marriage, at least as of the last episode.
As the last
episode. Reunion show looks like there's going to be some fireworks.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much with them, but we'll see. All right. And then Shea and Michael.
Yeah, so Shea and Michael, they got a city view scene.
Right. They're
on like top of the hotel or something. They're out. And Mike gets right to it. So Mike don't sit down at all.
He don't do no lead up.
Mike was like, okay.
I got to talk to you.
I got to talk to you. You know what? I love you.
Mm-hmm.
You're it. He gets down on one knee. He's like, you going to marry me? It sounded better, but he was like, will you marry me? And I was so surprised. Shay was like, you better be. I'm thinking Shay in her head, like, you better be proposing to me up on top of this hotel right now. I know that was in her head. So she says yes, and she's all happy. Again, they don't sit down. There's a spread. There's champagne. Did they even drink the champagne?
I think they had a little sip or something.
Yeah, okay. And then, surprise!
Family shows up.
Her family shows up.
Her family shows up.
And she's showing the ring because that's all she care about now.
Right.
She said, my engagement ring, I'm putting it on my photos.
Right.
I'm engaged. She mentions this. She says this several times. I'm engaged. And so, bless your heart. There you go.
Yep. You got what you wanted.
You got what you wanted. You're engaged. Mm-hmm. And so we go to our last couple.
Well, let me just say this on Michael, because you all know.
I know you were so disappointed. I know you were disappointed that they're together.
So, again, we love, right? I'm just saying from what we saw.
Right.
The warning signs for me
we talked about
there, right? So Michael made the decision of what he wanted.
And Shay said that she's going to accept the son.
Yeah.
And
so again, we want if that's what they're doing, move forward with it, right?
Move forward.
And then we have Hollywood and Ashley.
They actually eat. At least there's food. I mean, and all of a sudden they cut to a new scene. So they're eating.
So Ashley is eating from the adult menu.
Shut up.
Because
so
Ashley has salmon.
Yeah, salmon. And at first I thought it was an appetizer. And then you see I called it pizza. You called it a flatbread. I'll give you that because they were in a hotel and they call it flatbread for the hotel purposes. And he had French fries. Homie's like, I'm staying true to me to the end. I think it was his cheat day.
Might have been.
It might have been his cheat day. So he had his flatbread and fries with Parmesan cheese and everything on the side.
Also garlic Parmesan fries. Yep.
Yeah, on the side he was handling his business.
Yep.
That's what he wanted.
Yep.
And so the next scene, they're leaving. I was like, okay, so is he proposing or not proposing?
Right.
And so, but he had, fake people doing camera shots, which I thought was really cute and unique to him.
I'll give him credit because it's almost like he was like, you know what, I messed up the last proposal.
Yeah.
I want to make this memorable.
He needed to make it big.
So he had to do something to make it memorable, to make it unique, make it different.
Yes.
So that she could have a new memory.
Yes.
To base this moving forward off of, right?
Yes. And, so he has a sign saying, hey, will you marry me, Ashley?
And Ashley says?
She says yes. She says yes. And so,
but she says in the cutaways, she says even up to even when he asked her,
right,
she was still at a crossroads.
Right, which was only like 30 seconds. I'm like, okay.
So go ahead.
I don't when you get in front of a camera, like I feel like they didn't have a moment for you to make a decision,
right?
Which you could hurt someone's feelings, and you don't know how they're gonna act,
right?
But at the end of the day, if you're gonna be on TV, you need to be true to the end,
right?
But I'm giving her this moment. Something may come up because we still got the reunion to come up. But I'm giving her this moment that she says yes.
Yes.
And yes is what she means.
Yep.
And they're going to be able to move forward.
Right.
Right? So we'll see.
We'll see. All right. So that's that was the season finale.
That was the season finale.
However, there is reunion.
There is a reunion. And the trailer looks like it's a lot.
So a couple of things in the reunion that, we want your thoughts on. First of all, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Are the couples that said they're going to be together,
Do you think they're going to
stay? Put that in the comments.
Are they going to have the same drama?
A couple of things to notice in the trailer that I picked out were Michael and Whitney have seen each other since the last date.
They made sure they got that part in.
So there's that. And then Kwame and Hollywood look like they button heads a little.
Are we going to get in blows?
So we'll see. Tamika and Vince might seem like the tamest of the crew. And then Ulysses and, what's her name, Mimi?
Yes.
They come back.
Yes.
So it's good to see what happened with them as well.
He says he bought a ring, and that's what it says in the preview.
So we'll see, because this, I think, is a two-parter. Is it a two-parter for the reunion? I can't remember. All right, but let us know your thoughts. Let us know what you think. But also hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit the notifications. And we will see you next time. Be blessed. Have a great one.